When you joined Novotel, I was already around 4 years in the system at Novotel Combo Beach. Although I did multiple jobs, I was still on the radio, but I was disc jockey and I was in entertainment as well. Then we had the auditing of staff in the hotels, and of course, in a bid to restructure the industry. Can you shed light on that restructuring of the industry by the National Investment Board?
Well, you see, Malik, the industry was lucky to have the likes of Aissatou Haidara, the likes of Angela Andrews. I mean, these are people who came into the industry during the restructuring program. They were not trained as hoteliers, but they are coming into the industry, brought a lot of goodwill into it. And they were able to instill some managerial discipline, some discipline into the managerial system, particularly on physical discipline, financial aspects. Because you see, people were generating money, but they were not managing it better because most of the expatriates were after their salaries. And some of the staff really, a staff will close up with over £1,000 a night or $1,000 and go to a bar, spend the whole night drinking and so forth. And not realizing that these companies would need this money for refurbishment to change some of the things that are warning out. And when it came into this period of changing and refurbishment, then there was no money. Then of course the issue of debts and loans and restructuring came up. And that's how Gambia government got a big chunk of shares of the Combo Beach and some of the hotels that they own shares with. But then again, when I came into the Combo Beach, Malik, I was assigned to audit the entire room division section. And there was a lot of mismanagement, as you are aware. I don't want to name names, but I can tell you
You worked with Modibo Tal closely.
Yes.
Today he runs the Sindola in Kanilai.
Yes, we work together, but this is another story I don't want to narrate on television. But I can tell you that, Malik, it was quite an interesting task. I was insulted, I was abused, but I succeeded in making sure that Malik, the Combo Beach became the Combo Beach.
What did you change?
Financially, things were better managed. Sales were properly reported and accounted for. And of course, guests were happier, people were made to work. And Malik people were rewarded too. The salary structure changed. And people who do good were rewarded good things. And the expatriate realized that here are Gambians who can do more than what we are doing. And of course, they felt threatened. And as a result, they were doing more. Some of them were caught doing things that were not acceptable. They were sacked. I mean, really, it changed a lot of things, Malik. And this we couldn't have achieved, of course, in the absence of an efficient financial director. That was Aissatou Haidara. And of course, in most of the other hotels, they've started absorbing people outside the industry to come and manage their finances. And that really gave a lot of support to the likes of the likes of Ahmad Ba and others who wanted to restructure and change a lot of things in the running of these hotels. And really that kept the hotels floating.
Did the Gambianization of the management in hotels do more good than harm?
It did a lot of good, Malik, to a certain point. But again, you must also consider that some people got promoted and immediately retired without leaving the job. And that affected some of the major hotels. And I can remember fully Basiru Jawara, who did a massive investment into the hotel industry when he bought the Watna Beach Hotel and of course the Fajara Hotel. He hired a lot of expatriates who did a good job. I must tell you, Basiru himself has done a wonderful job in the tourism industry. But the Gambianization process was one way it succeeded, but on the other side too, Malik, Gambia is a very small community. And some of the managers could not succeed because they could not do what they are supposed to have done for reasons best known to them. But I believe that family backgrounds and this so-called relationship, proximity to people also affected some of them. But I can tell you in terms of financial discipline, those people succeeded very well.
If I should have run a hotel, my general manager, my rooms division manager, and my executive chef will be expatriates. Would you subscribe to that?
I will not. Not today, Gambia. Gambia have changed. Today, the industry, the concept in the industry have changed. People are now more committed, more dedicated. You don't need expatriates in the industry anymore. You don't need expatriates. The ideas are there. The knowledge is there. The issue is there was one fundamental mistake. When an expatriate leaves a job, he's earning $75,000. You know that.
Pretty well.
Or $40,000. You know that. You know how much you and I were earning when we were in the industry. Huge, highly paid, a lot of money paid to us. But then, unfortunately, the people they replaced, they were not given their salaries. Unlike countries like neighboring Senegal, if you replace an expatriate, you go home with everything that he was earning. In the Gambia, I was paid about not more than 25% or 30% of what my predecessor was earning. I mean, yet still I did a better job than him. But again, some of the Gambians were not motivated. But today that have changed, and we have Gambians who are motivated, who are willing to serve and ready to serve, and are serving well, although the situation has become more difficult, more complex, and more complicated.
National Investment Board came on board to restructure. After the restructuring exercise, what happened?
Very good. After the restructuring exercise, the National Investment Board had representatives in almost all these boards with the Ministry of Finance together. They were observing these things, and then, of course, the issue of marketing became an issue. But let me tell you, Malik, we made a fundamental mistake in the running of our industry, because
at that time,
countries were spying on us, and we did not have the intelligence at the time to realize that they were spying on the Gambia. We did raise certain issues with the ministry then, and that was when Guinea-Bissau approached the Gambia to send some of us to Bissau to go and manage their build their tourism industry. We refused. We wrote to government to say don't accept it, because that would mean the end of tourism in the Gambia. Ghana spied on our tourism policies, tax policies. They succeeded. Today they are one of our major competitors. In the 1990s, early 90s, Senegal gave £10 million to Thompson Holiday in order to divert them from the Gambia. They gave them £10 million marketing to market Senegal in the United Kingdom. When they started, 1 year, second year, the program collapsed because Senegal became too expensive for them, and there was also the language barrier. And now, we, as a country, did not put a lot of intelligence in one of the most important sectors in our economy. And that's why we failed, because, Malik, a lot of things should have been done. When the restructuring came in, then the talk of creating the Gambia Tourism Board, Tourism Authority, the debate started until around 2001, 2002, when we, of course, created the Gambia Tourism Authority. Of course, I was very instrumental in promoting that idea, because we felt that the Tourism Board of Kenya did a good job, and many other countries, so there was a need to separate the government from this, to separate the industry from the mainstream government line, and make it semi-autonomous, that they can run these things, market it, do all the job in promoting our tourism sector. And then, of course, the GTA was created. Again, the GTA started, there were some problems, Malik, in terms of management and also marketing. They were constrained, the type of money, the required money did not come. And some of their policies, again, did not help us much. Let me give you an example. The GTA created what they call the Mboka show, or Mboka promotion, or Mboka fair, trade fair. Let me tell you, if you want to bring in your major suppliers to a trade fair, and you invite your biggest competitors to come to that trade fair, obviously when they meet them, they would exchange business cards. And that invited our neighbors to come in, and many other countries, particularly our neighbors, Mboka, they came in. And we started losing tourists to that end. They thought they were helping, but I've always said that was a bad move. Because we did not keep what we have to ourselves. We exposed ourselves. And people took advantage of that.